Morning, everyone. Right now it's 6:35, which I think this is my earliest ever recording. But I'm gonna start off with this. There's a Japanese saying, if you feel like you're losing everything, remember that trees lose their leaves every year and they still stand tall and wait for the better days to come. I know today I'm gonna discuss about what you call it, what you should be doing right now for your life. Now you can take advantage of it, you can listen, doesn't matter. But I feel like people should be willing to wake up early, go to sleep early. I know I started doing food log and exercise log, journal, exercise, learning a lot more, and not waste time on things, which I'm going to go into depth with, but that's how I feel. So first off, waking up early. Now, there's lots of benefits to wake up early. So let's say you wake up at 5 o'clock. It's dead silent to the world. Sure, you got people probably moving around, depends on where you're located at. But my goal right now is to try to get up at 4:30 for a little bit and see how I'll be able to operate. So yeah, it's just be a process, but with waking up early, you increase the time you have in your day. Usually a human has about 16 hours being awake, then the rest is like asleep. But let's say if I was supposed to go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5, but 4, 8 hours. But yet 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Right there's 18 hours they just added to your life. 2 more extra hours to do more stuff in the mornings throughout the day. Let's say you're busy throughout the day. Right there, 18 hours is more than 16 by 2. But I do feel like sleep is a waste because regardless, you can wake up tired and go to sleep tired. So then the food and exercise low. I know I talk about like the calendar, but I feel like with the exercise and food log, you're able to track what you're doing for your body, regardless if it's just trying to make it healthier. If you record what you eat, you can look back on it. Let's say it might be actually useful because let's say something happens and the doctors ask you like, what have you eaten? You recorded what you ate and you can show it to them and it's like, okay, he was eating healthy, then all of a sudden this happened. Like, how does this make sense? Exercise log. I mean, I know the doctors ask how you've been exercising or stuff like that, weight loss, or anything like that. But I feel like having those two logs can improve your life by a lot because you're recording what you ate and what you're doing, but yet you're also taking acknowledgement of what you're doing. Like yesterday, let me just pull it up real quick. Actually, I had this up, but so yesterday, I ran 1 mile with my dog, ran 5 miles with ankle weights. Then I did see a bench press with 80 pounds to reps. Then after that, I did barbell curls, 25 on each side, 3 times. Upright row barbell, 25 on each side, 10 times. Wrist curls, 25 on each side, 12 times. Then I did 60 pounds with 10 times with see bench press, barbell curl, 25 on each side for 4, then upright row for 10, wrist curls, 10, then back to see bench press, 40, 13 pound, like 13 reps. It's just like, if you record what you're doing, you will be able to know whether or not you put in the work. So whenever like I do my exercises, I make sure after I did it, I write it down. If not, then I'm going to most likely forget what how many reps I did. Because I know a lot of guys do forget what reps they do. And it's common for guys. Because we will be so focused on the lift that in our head we're counting, then we just lose count and we're like, was that 3 or 6? Or was that 11 or 12? Like it happened to me a couple times, I'll be honest. But with that, like you're able to control your life. You're able to see, hey, I mean this and this. I don't feel good, but yet I think if I cut this out, I might be able to feel better. I might be able to lose weight. I might be able to. It's just like your life is an experiment. Okay, that's how I can see it. You're able to do a lot of things in life. You can eat, you can explore, you can do anything. But your body has limits towards things. Either you can break those limits or you can let it sit back. And I like to break my limits, to be honest. So I just keep on working harder and harder and harder because why not? What's it fun without challenge? Now with exercise. Exercise will come a long way for you because it'll help with your mental health. It will help with your like well-being health, and it just keeps you alive longer. Like imagine if you were just like you have heart problems. Cardio is good because it makes blood pump from your heart. Your lungs are working. Like whenever I had a lung infection in 7th grade, I didn't use an inhaler. I was supposed to use one whenever I was able to breathe, but yet I would run. And I built my lungs off of that. Like I made them stronger where I can actually not suffer from lung infection. So it just like it was a blessing. But I remember running a couple practices where I just couldn't breathe, and they asked if I had an inhaler. I said no, I'm not gonna use one because inhaler has steroids in it, and it can affect how you are as a person. Like I remember having brain trauma. I was put on like teaching medicine, and it changed me completely. And I just didn't want that for my life or for my people around me. But exercising is a big deal to health. Like it will solve a lot of health problems, to be honest. If you have high blood pressure, it'll help with your high blood pressure. If you, um, how to put it, suffer with weight and yet you want to get in better health, like better, like, okay, recently I've been watching 1,000 Pound Sisters and I've been seeing like their weight loss surgeries and stuff like that. They lose weight to be able to get skinny. They're in their 30s, 50s, and 60s. Like they are willing to still keep on pushing the lifestyle. They stopped eating unhealthy food. They were willing to better themselves. Like that's not an excuse. Like they did that. Like with one of the people there, her max weight was 700 pounds, and she was able to hard like she was close to being a bedridden. But she challenged herself to become better as a person, to become better as everything. And last I watched, she weighed in around like 420. 700 to 420, like that's, oof, imagine that. Imagine you carry around 700 pounds, let alone 400 pounds. That's a lot of weight. But guess what? She exercised and maintained a proper health diet, which was able to help her prolong her life. Like doctors even said, like pretty much any day now she can die. But she met her rock bottom and wanted life again. And if you exercise, you become better as a person too. Like, so if you exercise in the night, it helps you sleep, but if you exercise in the morning, so I remember seeing this once. It's just like do something that's stressful in the morning because then throughout the day it would be easier. So I realized like running, it's not that stressful, but lifting it is stressful because you're wondering if you can hit that weight, you're upset with yourself or anything like that. But then as I started doing that, I started realizing how like I started doing that in high school and I realized how much more my work was came like it just came like a snap of a finger. Like it just was easier. Like I wasn't stressed or anything. And to be honest, if I didn't exercise, I'll probably have high anxiety. And to be honest, I know when I was growing up, anxiety was not a thing. Depression was, nervousness was, and the stressed out, like that was a thing. But yet now I feel like there's so much excuses for people. And yet if they were willing to do what is best for them, they would be able to live a better lifestyle. I mean, really, like exercise, it benefits a lot of ways. It helps with depression, it helps with mental health, it helps with anxiety, it helps with so much that people are willing to pass it by. Like, I remember being in a restaurant. I was talking to a woman and she asked, "What sports are you doing? Because you look fit." And I said, "I do CrossFit. Like I'm a runner, so I lift." She says, "Take advantage of your youth because I didn't take advantage of it, and now I'm now in a wheelchair." And guess what? I know probably the way I'm going will probably put me in one, but yet I realize each day I'm given, I might not be alive. Each day, like I could not be able to walk one day because some nerve problem happened. Like I realize that I'm blessed because I keep on thanking God, like, thank you for this day, thank you for this day, thank you for this day. No matter if it's rough or easy or amazing, I don't care. I'm still thanking him because he writes my story. He gives me a path to follow. If I he lets me he'll let you go off that path, but then he'll bring you back in. That's how he is. He doesn't abandon you. He's always there, regardless. I see. Eating healthier food, like I'm pretty sure people can cut out junk food. Okay, like America's the most obese nation in the world because we have colored items. Like if you're supposed to look at sodas, your foods, everything, read the ingredients, it will show coloring in it. I remember someone from Italy came to America for about a couple weeks. She gained 50 pounds. Went back to Italy and she lost all that pounds because how they cook is homemade. And with homemade items, it's not just like, oh, here's a little bit of color like red, yellow, blue. No, it's pure like tomato, it's pure everything. I'm not sure what goes into um spaghetti sauce or anything like that, but I do know that if we were to stop adding color to our foods, imagine how much the king of people would be. And I'm not disrespecting vegetarians. Like I tried to eat plant-based for a good bit, but then my family just looked at me and said, you just have to eat meat. There's no ifs or buts." And I felt better after I eat meat, but it's rough. Like I understand like you're missing out on so much, but yet I respect you fully. To be honest, I put my life in so much like diets, exercise, everything. And I don't know, I enjoy it because I'm so challenging myself. Like I'm about to go to the next topic actually, is learning new skills. So if you're still young, like in middle school, high school, college, understand you're able to fail. Okay, like I want you to fail, but then you're going to learn from it and become successful from it. Okay. Uh, So when I was writing my first book, it took me my entire high school years to finish it. because sure I had assignments, I had sports and everything to do, but yet when I was close to finishing it, my first girlfriend broke up with me. I mean, I was down a little bit, but not too bad, but yet then I went to a college to see if I can get like into like college classes or skip 101 and 100, but yet it turns out I was missing by a few points. Later, like it was on a Monday too. I missed like 4 points, but later that week, I finished my book. Okay. Sure, my failure were I didn't make it enough points to be in English. Guess what? I finished a book, 240 pages worth. And who knows, it might become popular or anything like that. But yeah, learn a new skill. Okay. Because if you are willing to become successful as a person, you're gonna have to learn how to feel as a failure. Okay, like I'm not dissing you on doing sports, but yet I want you to do track and field at least, or cross country. Because the other sports is a team based, but yet running, it's all on your own. Seriously, it is. Doing any sport is all on your own. You don't understand how much you hate being not first, second, third, not placing on getting a medal, and yet you know you work so hard for. I know there's people that just does it because their parents tell them to or stuff like that. But I know this one mate, it was at Frostburg, Maryland Frostburg. Okay. This was a few years ago, my junior year, I believe. Yeah. So I was in the open, like, I was in the 800-meter race. So with me, like running like below 2 minutes, like below 2:10, I finished my first lap, catching up to a person that broke two. I was about to be so happy because I was going to get first place. He looked back at me and picked up the pace. I picked up my pace. I couldn't keep up with him. He ran a 2:02 that meet, and I ran a 2:09. 7 seconds. I am so upset about that, to be honest, because I worked like I didn't know I had that talent in the 800, but yeah, I worked hard. Like I remember trying to be on a relay team since freshman year. The 800, 800, 800. Like I trained hard. Like I was on a B team a lot, but not the A team. To my junior year, and I made the A team. I'm just like, and I took control. Like my coach even made me team captain for the distance crew. Like, and I had seniors that were better runners than me, but yet coach saw more potential in me because he knew he worked his butt off to get where he's at. And trust me, you work hard, you're going to get rewarded, regardless of what situation you're in. Okay, because you can be put through max effort. Everything be going downhill. You can be losing everything. But guess what? In the end, there's always a bright tunnel. Think about life as a tunnel. Okay, when you go through a dark situation, picture a tunnel, a circular tunnel. Okay, you see complete darkness for a while. But then as you keep on continuing through that tunnel, you're going to see a light at the end of the tunnel. And that light is going to be the breaking point where you get out and become successful. Because imagine how it feels to be in a dark situation for so long, but yet knowing that each day I have life, I'm gonna have to keep on putting in the work. I'm gonna have to keep on pushing myself to go further and further and further because no one else is going to do that for me. I remember watching this video. A boy becomes a man whenever he realizes no one's there to save him. Take that in for a moment, okay? I can call myself a man because I realized no one's going to, like, at a young age, I know no one was going to be there for me. And I had to take all chances on me. Okay, like you have potential, so much potential. but yet you hide it because you're afraid of your friends judging you, you're afraid of your people around you leaving you. Don't be afraid. Okay? There's there's an internet, the cell phone, the internet. You are allowed to social network, okay? If you can find millionaires, talk to them, ask them questions. They will teach you ways. Like okay, I remember saying, I'm an elder gentleman. He said this to me. I can see where you're going to be at because of your friend group in 5 years. He didn't tell me anything else. He just walked away. But yet, it left me there questioning. And it took me a couple of days to realize the people I was around, they weren't good for me. And later, I found out they wasn't. Because if I was stuck around with them, I would got expelled no, yeah, I would get expelled because it turns out a couple of days later they were like I didn't remember what they were doing, but yet I remember just coming to my completing my life and next in a couple of days they were expelled. Imagine that. Your friend group could be the cause of your failure. If you don't make a change in your own life, how would you know if your friends are there for you? Never have an emotional friend. If you have an emotional friend, they will leave you back. Sure, they might say all this stuff to make, see, they're saying things to please you. But with the fact of whenever something bad happens, they won't leave you regardless. They don't care. Okay. Those are people you should not be around. It's emotional people. Emotional guys, you should not be around them because they will leave you behind way, way back to get them out, to get themselves out of trouble themselves. And that is why I don't maintain a proper friend group because I don't have many friends. I'll be honest with you. Sure, I have many people I talk to because I've known them my entire life, but they don't play a major role in my life either because do I choose to be around them? Maybe. But do I choose them to be friended, to invite them to things, to tell them certain things? No. Mm. It's like this. I realized this my sophomore year in high school. Sure, I'm in the same class as my friend, but yet, am I just the person that they talk to? Or am I actually their friends? Because sure, you might think, oh, we're best friends, but then you see them with someone else that they are should like just having better fun with. And you just kind of sit there and like, were we actually friends? Or was I just someone he talked to, or she? Take into consideration because people, they plan. They seriously do plan. They might say they have nothing planned, but yet everyone has an idea of what they want to do, regardless if it's to hurt you or not. And I'd rather have less people that I can call my friends, that people I can trust to be there. Like I'm the type of person that would be there for you regardless of situations. Because I'll put all my trust in you until you give me a reason not to trust you. Then I'm your friend. I'm your person that you can trust. There's certain things I would trust you with that I do not trust myself with. And that's deep because I went from being well known to this well known to dropped. Went virtual, boom. I finished my high school in February, while everyone else was still working on their stuff. Did I waste time? Yes, I did. I wasted a lot of time. I could have been doing a lot more. Instead of sitting around playing video games, moping around, feeling self-pity on myself, I should have been working out. I should have been reading. I should have been doing a lot more stuff instead of playing video games. And I realize that now, and I regret that decision. But as I realized that, like I pretty much unplugged my Xbox and TV and put it somewhere. Because until I can say I'm successful, I'm not going to touch a video game. I mean, sure, on holidays, I might watch a video or two of video games, but yeah, I'm not gonna play it because I realize it's just gonna be a waste of time that I can be using towards becoming successful myself. And I'm not sure how I went on that rant, but okay. Let's see. So skill. So yeah, whenever you're in school, expect failure. Okay. Because if you fail now, you're gonna understand how it felt. You're gonna understand how it feels to feel that instant gratification because you fail. Oh, things are going good, things are going good, things are going the next failure. You're wondering what I did wrong, what I did wrong. But then after you're done with that, you start again. You work harder again. And this time you succeed. Like, understand that. Like, imagine if you kept on continuing, but yet you failed. Like, look, remember when I started YouTube? I was playing video games. It was a video game YouTube channel. This wasn't, but another channel I have, but it failed because it didn't become successful. And I realized I failed and I took a break from it. Now, this is a podcast that I kind of run now on my own. I'm not sure whenever my co-host will be back on, but now this is still a growing platform. Like the other day, but no, yesterday, there were 68 subscribers, over 100 videos, along with over 7,500 views. That's an achievement to me and my personality. Like that's just a complete achievement because sure, I failed the first couple of times, but yet I still got up and kept on going where I kept on pushing, like work, work, work. Oh, this didn't work, but yet I'm a little bit stronger. Work, work, work. Okay, this didn't work, but yeah, I'm still a little bit stronger. Work, 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 work. Boom, success. You cannot, I mean, sure, people might get lucky, but yet hard work will pay off in the end. It does. It always will, no matter what you do. Skill beats talent. That's why if you build a skill set, like if you're writing, write, work on your writing because you know you might become an author one day. If you're trying to make music, work hard on it. You might become a famous artist one day. If you're, I mean, if you play video games, you can try and make it as a video gamer. Do stuff to make people interact. Okay, like ask questions, like do stuff because they will work with you if you support them and they support you. If you want to start your own business, learn the business that you want to start. Like the person I'm seeing right now, she wants to become a photographer. I'd be asked questions about what she wants to focus on, but whenever I do ask, she's going to know that I care. I'm in support, but yet she's going to understand there's going to be a lot more competition than she thinks there is. Like let's just say I want to start my own business as an accountant, and that is my degree. Like I want to become an accountant, but yet okay, sure, I want to start my business, but why is my business better than the other competitors? How? Do I have better employees? Do I have more accurate results? Do I have more uh, staff members that are willing to work with you? Like, why is mine better than the other people? Like, you got to take that into consideration. So imagine one day you go into a restaurant, you sit there, but you take notes this time. Instead of sitting there and watching people, you're sitting there and watching the staff members. Sure, they walk around, but yeah, sure, they might show a smile at one table, but then they walk and it's complete. Hi, how you doing? Like, seriously, why? Are you just like, why are you not happy? Then look at how the layout of of the place you're at competes with competitors without even having the idea of what to start with. As you know, stores, they have the deli, like the meat products in the back. I'm gonna use Walmart for example. They have, I think it's a deli. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, the bakery's in the front, deli's in the back. The reason why the deli's in the back is so people can go back for the meat. Sure, they might be, okay, I'm here for this meat, but yet, like a steak or something like that. But as they go back, they're going to see more items in a way. Okay, here's a frozen section. I'm feeling like an ice cream right now. Ooh, breakfast. What I'm gonna have for breakfast. Like, you see, and you go to do the chips, the bread, everything. As you think you're just going for a couple of things, you're coming back with a cart full of items. That is how stores want you to get stuff. So they might rearrange so much. Guess what? They're rearranging so you take longer in there. They are smarter. You might think, oh, the prices are outrageous. No, they're not, because that's what they can do right now to make profit for themselves along with profit for the producers. And sure, the price might suck, but it does suck. I'll be honest, it does suck. But yeah, we can't do nothing about it until stuff changes. And it's going to change, promise you that. But yeah, I remember being at an eating establishment with my grandmother. I remember watching this video about how banks make some money off of you. So pretty much, let's say if I was put $10,000 into a bank right now, they only put $1,000 into the bank for me, but then they used the 9,000 to put towards loans for our people. That is, and yet at the end, sure, I make my 10,000 back, but yet they make 90,000 off of me. My grandma said that's how banks have marble floors, and we don't. And it upsets me because I realize like I could be doing something to make that money work for me. But like, what can I do? I'm not sure. I'm so deciding that. But the more you work on your thinking, the more you don't realize more. The more if you more observe it, like actually take in stuff, like look around, the more you become successful. Like if you see a problem set up, think about like how like think about a stance. So what can I grab? One sec. Uh, no, forget. Let's just use a flashlight. Okay, a flashlight. So I'm gonna look at that flashlight, take a moment, study it. Okay, that's right. But yet, when if I see a dark situation, look, hey, I notice you don't have a flashlight. Do you have one at the house? No. Okay, here's a flashlight. I want you to see how bright it is. Like it's extremely bright. Okay, yeah, perfect. But let's say the power went out one day. Are you gonna use your phone light? And yet, if your phone is not charged, how would you see in the dark without a flashlight? Doesn't think about that for a moment. And so then you go from there. I'll give this to you for a couple bucks. You might make a trade right there, you might not, but yeah, you're doing something to make a sale. I understand it. Okay, so let's put you in this situation. You're in college. Your professor says you're the only person that sells AC units, and I'm buying worth of 15,000, 10,000. You're the only person, and I want AC units for my business. I don't care what type of business it is or anything like that. you should be able to set your own price to, okay, see, you might want 10,000, but yet it's going to cost 20,000 for the products. They're going to question that. They're going to be like, but yet the worth of it is only 100,000 or 10,000 or 15. But I'm the only person that you have that you can buy it from. Understand that. If you have a resource that people want, set your own price for it. That's when you make money. I feel like I'm on a rant with this one. This is usually I haven't done like a podcast show like this. Like this is like right now, like almost 37 minutes. And I've not done like one of those in a long time. But I enjoy this. Seriously, I do. I know I probably have to pay part two, but I don't know, I feel like I should do more rants. I don't know, I'll make a poll later on Instagram and along with YouTube as well to see what you guys want because I want your opinion on this. Should I do like more rants, like rather just talk about random stuff, or should I just try to make up topics? I'm gonna see you guys later. See ya.